All right, so that idea that we were working on, moving a melodic phrase to get to the next, not only just the next chord, but even the next area of the neck, playing the same chord. Took the same basic idea. All right, and I'm going to talk more shapes, I guess, and root third, fifth, that kind of lingo versus this is a C, this is blah, because it's relative to where we're putting the capo and everything. So just having that better understanding of enharmonic tones and stuff like that. All right, so we're taking this E minor, C, G, D, back here. So if we look at it, we're thinking more, here's my 6 chord, 4 chord, 1, 5. So I should be able to play that chord progression anywhere and be pretty tight with it. 6, 4, 1, 5. Move a little bit over. I got my 6 here. 6, 4, 1, 5. And a little further down the line would be 6, 4, 1, 5. We'll stop there for right now because we just want to build this basic idea if we can keep going up and down the neck. But, looking at all these places to play this chord. Here's my crossover note to get to the next area of the neck. Octave or root. So that means root. Yeah, that's a harder shape. We normally don't play that. Usually just cap it here and play like the minor 7th. Because remember, an easy way to think of your minor 7, where to locate that, is if I'm playing my root, it's going to be on the same fret normally, with the exception of this string group here between the D, G, and B. But if it's between the E, A, D, and G, your root's going to be, let's just say in this case, it's the 9th fret. I'm not counting my capo right now. It's just going to be on the same fret 2 strings up, because if I move 2 frets up, that would be my octave. So we can do that for every chord. This E minor shape, using that octave as a connecting point, right, for my root. So think moving wise, I have my root, flat 7, flat 6, 5. There's a moving pattern. Right? But also, through all these, we got root, 5th, root, flat 3, 5, and then the root again, just open, right? So if I think, okay, on the high E string, it's a minor 3rd. Which you were already playing. Right? Connecting that minor 3rd here to my root instead of playing the open root. Maybe I want to play here. Gives us that now. You can play the same chord here, which this is a D form, which means my 3 is up here on the E string, right? If my flat 3 is here, it means it's also there, so that puts us in the first inversion. And there I'm only playing here, 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 and here. So, well, I already know that this is my 4 chord right here. That these 2 notes from the previous chord for my 6, my flat 3 and my root of the 6th chord are going to be here in my 4 chord. Easiest way to get from your 4 chord back to your 1, just jump a 4th, just jump a string lower. It works anywhere on the guitar. And that's the easy jump to our 5th. So that whole thing I played in the beginning, I started with your motif. I'm going to play the chord a little longer. Still on the 6th chord. There's my transition into my 4. 1, 4. Oh, sorry, 5. That's my 5 chord. It's my 6. 4 chord. 1. Now we use that line that you had where we're playing octaves. So again, you know, I'm just connecting. You start to see these crossovers again from your 6th chord to your 4 chord. Really important. Anywhere you go on the guitar, your notes of your 4 chord are within your 6. So that's going to be your root of the 6th chord is the same as your 3rd in your 4 chord. Okay? And then the flat 3 of the 6th chord is going to be the 5 of your 4 chord. Anywhere you go. That's, you know, just a 2 interval thing here to my 6 chord, 4 chord. You can also think the 5th of your 6 chord is going to resolve up a half step to the root of the 4 chord. So it's very distinct and closely related. Now, where there are no overlapping notes here from the 4 chord in in this case the C shape, right? To the 1 chord. If I look at my root of the 4 chord, that's going to go down a half step to my major third. And then, you know, the 5, I was wrong. The 5 of the 4 chord is going to be your root, your 1 of the tonic. And then we know how to get to 5. Always looking at the crossovers. You know, when we're looking from our 1 chord up to our 5, well, our root goes to the 2nd of the scale, right? Then we know the 5th, and the root's going to fall a half step to the major third of our 5 chord. So again, everything's super closely related. You can build a melody that the tonic is in all the chords except for the 5. 4 chord, 1, 4, 5. So really everything's kind of dense. You don't realize how closely everything's related until you look at it like that. So then anywhere we play, to my 1. So build those lines. Look at those really tiny. I don't want to give you all the answers right here. Just the basic theory around it, the ideas to start moving. The idea is for you to be able to see this concept simply. So work with it a little bit. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to call, text, email, any way I can help you out. Just let me know. But this is the basic idea of it and how we start moving between those chords a little bit more fluidly everywhere on the neck without, regardless of key, doesn't matter. We can figure these things out very, very subtly. All right, have fun.